Hello mares, welcome back to another episode of Blocks Plays Build It, episode 48. Well mares, yes, it's another sunny day in SimCity BuildIt, and we're on episode 48, can you believe it? Coming up for the big round 50 pretty soon, so if you've got anything you'd like me to do, a special for that episode, maybe a city tour or something else, a particularly interesting build, then drop that in the comments below. I'd love to hear your ideas. But let's pick up where we left off last episode, because there are a couple of things I didn't actually spot in the spring update that I want to show you, just in case you haven't seen them yourself. So, we talked about quests last time. Let's take a look at this, and we spotted the 3 new ticks at the top, but what I didn't see was that the box at the bottom that just says claim now, there used to be a button, I think, that said no thanks or I'm on it, so you could decide whether or not you wanted to do a quest. And it seems like it's now forcing you through a linear path in the game, because you can't say no, I don't want that, go away clipboard. You're sort of stuck with this floating above your building again. I don't particularly like that. Maybe that could get changed again, you know, I don't know, but yeah, I'm not as keen on that. I'd like to be able to sort of pick and choose my quest and decide, well, hey, yeah, I want to do epic cities now, or no, I don't. Maybe they've reorganised the quest system or something, I'm not too sure. The other change I wanted to talk about is the Mayor's Mansion, and city achievements have changed. And get ready for this if you haven't seen these already. Wow, look at that. It's a complete graphical redesign. And we scroll through them. You can see it's sorted, so all the completed achievements are now on the left-hand side, and as you scroll through, all the ones you've still got to do, or are working on, or in progress, they're all on the right-hand side. So that's pretty good, and I actually like the redesign. It does feel a little bit big, so the top of the 3 stars thing is near the cross of the city achievements. It feels just a little bit too large, but I like the way the things on the left kind of feel like a sort of a certificate, or a kind of trophy, like a little plaque you've won for doing it. The other thing I want to point out is the 3 stars on the top. They're very consistent with the style of graphics we also saw in the quest. So if I just hop back to the quest for a second, and you remember that sort of curvy white bit at the top, you see it again here on the quest at the top with the 3 ticks. So that to me makes me think that it is part of a quest line, those 3 ticks, and it's not showing progress on an individual quest, which is kind of what I was guessing at last time. This star appears to show progression along an achievement, and I think that's the same kind of thing. So I'm guessing, but I think that's probably a decent educated guess. So let's get back to our cities. There's a couple of things I want to do today and show you. We have got our daily chest again. Let's go ahead and tap that. You get the little red dot on the top right hand side to remind you. Let's claim it. Oh, that took a little bit of a while. Here we go. We're going to get something pretty basic, probably. Okay, yeah, burger, drill, and 3 wooden planks. Pretty nice. And we've got a bunch of stuff standing by here to do some assignments. So let's kick those off. I'm pretty sure I prepped for the disaster zones. Normally I'm a bit more organised with videos, and I do an awful lot of prep off screen that you don't see to get the city ready for recording, and it takes quite a long time. Yeah, we can do 3 of those. And I've also been working on something else, which is why we've got very, very low happiness right now. We've got something over here that I'm going to do a tips and tricks video on, hopefully this weekend as well. It's Easter weekend at the moment, so fingers crossed I'll get a chance to do that, and you'll see that pretty soon. But if it's not over the weekend, it'll be early next week, so look out for that one. I think it's going to be a really handy little tip for those of you looking to build up your cities. Right, here we go. So we need to do these 3 disaster zones. That's 1. That's 2. And that should be 3. Perfect. And what do these need to upgrade? Oh, 2 hammers. Well, actually, we should wait, because we might get another repair disaster zones. You never know. Let's head back over here. Grab our contest mares at plumb bob points, another 1200 for us. We're doing pretty well on this one. Ooh, Neo-Simoleons. Oh, rank 11, sweet. 3 platinum keys, 2 more golden tickets. I've never actually used I haven't used a single golden ticket ever. We've got 42. Next rank at 75,000. Right, let's look at the... So 1100 and 10. 1,110 Neo-Sim earners. I wonder if we've got enough at the moment. Probably not. How many is that? That's 50. Ooh. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh yeah, we should just be able to do that straight off the bat. Let's grab that task. That assignment rather. We should have enough there straight off. We haven't got that many assignments left to do then. Oh, it's going to be close. I saw some 37s there. A lot of 50s and 54s though. Hopefully that's enough to carry us over the 1,110 we need. A little bit of lag on screen. So back there. I think that was enough. Let's find out. Yeah, we have done it. And... oh my word! What about that for an estimate? 1,118. And we needed 1,110. Wow. Well, that was pretty good. Oh, repair disaster zone 03. We could actually almost do that straight away. Let's have a look if we can do those 2 disaster zones. And then we'll get on to the sort of bulk of today's video, which is going to be all about the Route 66 redo. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do those now. I'm going to cycle that one anyway. Okay, well, let's move on from assignments, and we'll take a look at the Route 66 redo. So, here we have what I've done so far. You might remember, if you're familiar with my city or the older episodes in the series, I know we've got quite a few new mayors joining the series partway through. So here we go. This road running through here used to have lots of little kitsch buildings, and we had the sort of we had the Maxis Man statue here at the entrance, and we kind of imagine that Sims would sort of drive through the city between these buildings, in and out. Well, the buildings weren't here actually. In and out of this road. And it was kind of like a tourist road. So, you know, maybe they were speeding past on the highway here. They'd look over, and they used to see things like the romantic park and the teddy bear park and the parrot statue and things like that, and the Maxis Man statue. But I decided to redesign the city, and we're doing a lot of work. We're putting a financial district down here now with all these big kind of buildings, pretending they're sort of finance towers and big banks and things like that. So we've moved the Route 66 road, and we're going to reuse the idea down here. So Sims drive down our big entrance. They come to like a big lake. We had somebody suggest on the live stream, sorry, I can't remember whose name it was who suggested, but we've got a little campsite just in there on the road. We'll redesign that area a little bit, and then tourists would sort of drive off to the left down here and along the road. And as they're driving along, they can see these sort of little kitsch statues and little parks and things they could visit. They could head over, take a look at the chicken park, or they drive down here and look at the little the teddy park, or just the normal teddy park. We've got the romantic park I talked about as well, and this dragon park as well. And I think it's quite a nice little city driveway, and it's a good place to put stuff that maybe doesn't quite fit in the rest of your city. So we've got some of the new stuff as well, like the spiral slide park here and the egg slide park. And this was my kind of first bash at the new Route 66. But what I'd like to do is tweak it a little bit. So right now, I put in the roundabouts because I thought maybe that would sort of break it up. But my plan is to go to a 4-lane road here rather than a 2-lane road. And this is what the sort of roundabout junctions would look like on the 4-lane road. So I've decided I want this to be one long continuous road where the traffic just sort of flows up and down visually, no problems at all. And one of the other things that's actually bugging me now I've put this down here is this white dotted line around the outside that represents the city limits. I don't see the need for this. It's always kind of irritated me. So I used to have, or when I started the game, I would try and be like, alright, yeah, I want to be super efficient. I'll put the lighthouse all the way here against the edge. But then it sort of intersects with the rocks. And this sort of, the line almost kind of hovers above the sand, and it just looks a bit strange. I don't know why it bugs me, but I don't think we need that there. I'd like to see an option in settings. So, you know, we've got notifications and stuff in here, but why not have some stuff in there that's toggleable, like show city limits or show city boundaries? So if you don't want to have those in your city, you could just turn them off. Like if you're an advanced player, you know where the edge of the border is, you know where the edge of the map is, because you've filled all the map up, or you know where you're aiming for, and you've got it on this side as well. It just irritates me. I don't think it's necessary. It's kind of like the sim cache thing. I think, you know, if you're spending sim cache in the game, it should be like a double tap, or again an option in the settings menu to turn it on and off. That's what I'd really like to see. Those kind of little things tidied up. But anyway, I'm waffling. So what I want to do is turn this road into a single long road. We're going to take out the roundabouts and we're going to redesign it slightly. So I think what I'll do is have a bash at some of that off camera. It'll take me a couple of minutes and I'll bring you back after that. So let's see how I get on. Right, so it took me quite a little bit of time to do that. I think it was like a full day-night cycle in game. I spent a little bit more on it than I thought I was going to, and I've actually rejigged it quite a lot. So the road originally used to be on this line. I can't really show you now because they've changed the way roads work. I used to be able to drag this road all the way through along that line to the point where it is now, you see? All the way down that sort of row or column. You can't do that anymore to indicate stuff in game or to plan, which is, I think, is not a great change. It doesn't help you with planning. You can't drag it through lakes anymore. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating. I guess useful for newer players, but not great if you're trying to design something. So originally the road was there, and all the parks were like backed right onto the city limit, the border here. And I've just moved them out slightly. So now the road sort of comes down this way. You sort of swing past the lake, and then you take in these little parks and things as, you know, Sims would drive along here. And we've got single long road, no traffic lights, which is really good. It comes sort of back into the city a little bit and then swings out round here along the mountainside and then back up into the city. And that's going to be our connector. So there will be an entrance and an exit to the road. It will be a single long route. And when I was doing it, it reminded me why I put the roundabouts in the first place, because one of the challenges I was having is I want to offset the parks so they're not directly opposite each other. So, ooh, hello, happy spring holiday. I wanted to offset the parks so they weren't all directly opposite each other. So these are kind of offset by one here, and again by one here. But if you don't have the little roundabouts in where you can kind of use that space to push one set of parks on one side of the road along one or bring it back one, you end up with these gaps in, or the parks directly kind of opposite each other. So I think what I'll probably do is maybe some trees or some little ponds or lakes to break up this look a little more. But overall I'm pretty pleased with that. I think that's pretty close to kind of final road. So I'm actually going to go ahead and we are going to upgrade the road. We'll make it a 4-lane. Where is it? Roads are here. So we'll go all the way along here. 4-lane road. Oh, what's going on? Come on. There we go, attaboy. Bosh, 4. This will be 4. All the way along here. And then that will join up with the 6-lane road and that bit in there as well. And then just this one bit there. So we won't have too many junctions. It'll be kind of single lane all the way down here. I might even have the touristy bit kind of swing left down here and then have a junction after the parks and bring it back to the campsite and the lake. I think that might be quite visually interesting. Not sure yet. We'll leave that bit and we'll probably design that later on, and I'll show you it in a later episode. You can tell me kind of what you think, or if you've got any ideas for it, then let me know. We need to upgrade that to 4-lane, single road all the way around there and here, and then that corner, and then that bit there, and then the rest of the join this end will kind of leave. But that actually looks now like a highway, like Sims could drive along that, see the sights, and check out the all the range of little Easter parks that have just arrived in the game. Here we go. Egg Slide Sparks, Egg Slide Park, Spiral Slide Park. Try and say that 5 times fast. So yeah, those are the ones right now. Just in case you didn't catch last episode. I wonder if we can do any more of the assignments before we finish up. Let's have a quick look. Oh yeah, it was the 3rd disaster zone we were waking. Oh no, we were going to try and do this glass one, weren't we? How much space have we got? 489 of 500. We should be able to do that just about. 10, 20 plus the... Oh, it's going to be close, isn't it? Okay, we should just about be able to do that. So let's go ahead and start the glass assignment. We're going to collect 32. I've had that rolling for a while, so we should have all 32 that we need. And then we just need to sell it straight away. And I'll tell you what we'll do, because we're trying to shift it quickly and create a bit more city space. we will just go ahead and sell it at minimum, so 5 for 5, put on sale. Hopefully they'll get snapped up nice and quickly, and we won't have any problems with a city space. More glass. Come and buy your glass. And if you happen to grab any of this on the Global Trade HQ, you happen to snag this from my trade depot, then I hope it was useful. I don't imagine the mayor that manages to buy this will be watching, but you never know. If you did, now you know where you got it from. Cool, let's get these last ones on, and then we'll finish up the video, I think. So, one of the things I wanted to talk about as well ahead of next episode, because we are coming up, like I said, to episode 50, but in episode 49, which will be next week sometime, we'll be able to do that pretty quickly, I think. I'd like to know what you'd like to see me do. So there's a couple of options for you. We can either work on an industrial and factory area down here, utilising obviously the trade depot, the city storage, a couple of the high-tech and nanotech factories, a little bit of roadway and stuff, and things like the deluxe sewage treatment plant and some other kind of industrial-looking buildings. We can redo and rebuild our casino strip and kind of gambling area, which will start sort of here and then spread out into the desert that way. Or we can work on the financial district, which is going to be moving all these large residential towers, which we're going to kind of pretend are banks and things like that, moving them to this space around the lakes, clearing out this Tokyo town zone and making that look nice. So let me know which of those three you'd like in the comments below. You've got industrial, factory area, you've got financial district, or you've got casino strip. Drop that in the comments below. Let's see if we've shifted any of this glass yet. We have not. We should be too short of the thing, if my calculations were correct. Yeah, we need to do 2 more, so let's just quickly do that, and then we'll finish up the episode. Oh, and if you want, and you've got time, do let me know what you think of the new outros I'm putting on the videos. I've put a fair bit of work into trying to make those a bit more bouncy. I picked a new piece of music to go with those, which we're using on our weekly live streams as well, which I think is really, really cool. So if that's something you're enjoying, alright, let's just grab the hammer. We will repair that disaster zone. We'll take the hit just to make sure we can get this other one done. We can always launch another disaster if we want. Yeah, let me know what you think of the new video outro. You've got some end screens on there, you've got some funky music, and I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. Let me know what you want to see next time, and in episode 50, the big 5-0 is coming up. Take it easy, mares, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.